Looks like you could use some help.
I'm really struggling with this spreadsheet.
Hello, are you an accidental diminisher? Of course, we all want the best for our teams as leaders, but sometimes our actions can unwittingly diminish the productivity and engagement of our teams rather than multiplying them. And the rescuer is actually the most common way that I see leaders accidentally diminish the effectiveness of their teams. And it's natural because we want to protect the team, we want to see them flourish, we don't want them to make mistakes. But in doing so, people can actually become too dependent, too helpless, and they don't learn to get the real life experience and feedback that more difficult situations can provide. So instead of diving straight in, perhaps pause and reflect, perhaps ask the team a question. How do you think we should best solve this? Is this you? Somebody who's really innovative, can make really quick decisions and loves to be out in front. And don't get me wrong, energy and setting a pace is a great aspect to leadership if done in the right way. Now, sometimes this can work, and certainly energy is a great aspect of leadership if it's channeled and considered in the right way. And while your team might notice, they may not have the bigger context or even some of the skill set that you do. And while they might notice you being out in front setting the pace, if the gap becomes too large, they find that gap impossible to bridge, and they sort of begin to give up and just become a spectator. So if that does sound a bit like you, or if you think it might be, ask the team for feedback. And just remember to keep within sight of the team so that they are able to keep pace with you.
These are my people. You will not lay a hand on them.
Hello, I've heard of this situation a few times recently from leaders, particularly founders, and it's when you accidentally diminish the effectiveness of your team by being overprotective. Now, these leaders are normally great leaders. They're normally very empathetic because what they're doing is trying to protect the team and shield them from failure or making mistakes. Now, this of course can be commendable, but the inescapable reality is that sooner or later leaders, emerging leaders, need to be exposed to the rougher edges of corporate life, whether that's tougher clients, internal politics, barriers, or obstacles. By continually acting as mum and dad, this leader creates a perpetual happy valley where emerging talent is not exposed to the realities of working life. So if you feel that might be you, begin to gradually inoculate your team by exposing them to tougher situations so that they can build resistance and strength.
Okay, so if we integrate this module here, it streamlines the entire workflow.
That's brilliant.
And what if we also add a feedback loop at this stage?
No, I think everybody's come across this kind of leader, which is the ideas guy. They love the latest shiny object, they love great ideas, they love debating stuff, they're innovative. They're all great qualities if done with some consideration of the impact on your team. But the challenge is if this is overdone, your team will scrabble around to keep up with the ideas, and also as they start to pursue all these great ideas, they sort of give up on generating their own ideas because they know that they don't need to. A whole bunch of new ideas is going to come in from you, the leader, in the next couple of days. So why would they need to originate anything themselves? And if you recognize yourself in this, become aware of it. Ask yourself this question: do I want my team to put this idea immediately into action? And if the answer is no, just bank it into the ideas tank. Come back to it later, discuss prioritizing it with the team amongst all the other ideas that you and the team may have generated.